text we got in that talking about dangerous animals. It says anything taller than Josh is dangerous.
You're burnt out. Burnt out. I'm telling you. Listen.
It's right here on the.
No wonder hamsters are dangerous.
You're burnt out. What's his phone number? Let's talk about this. Oh,
Let's get Drager
right
on the
here.
line.
971.
Actually, you know what?
Is
I
that
doubt
it?
he's going
You
to
can't
answer.
say it over the radio.
I'm not saying it, but is that it? Yep.
Matthew, we want to know. You got to keep that car until the Bud National's over. We got to have some Oregon guys and mods. But, I am so pumped up about going down to this race. And we're going to have Mike Patterson. Mike, if you're listening, give us a call, man. We're going to have all three of us up in the Mike Mosier Tower. Now, Mike passed away just before last season or during last season. And I'll tell you, I've worked with some announcers, and Mike was hands down one of the best. And to sit in his seat last year in his tower, they actually renamed it. Was the Budweiser Tower there at Bakersfield. Now it's called the Mike Mosier Tower. And to sit in his seat last year and call that race was got to be pretty good friends with Mike.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 years, and 3 years prior to him passing. And we'd call each other on the phone and talk about race and what happened at your track, and kind of share what's going on back and forth, and just have good conversation about racing. And Mike was he was a man of many hats. He was an ordained minister, a pastor, race announcer. He was musically talented. I mean, this guy could do anything. He did radio, TV. I mean, he just played drums. Guy was a very, very talented man, and I got to be good friends with him. And so when he passed, it bothered me. It's not only you're losing a friend, but you're losing somebody in kind of in your industry that you had someone to talk with on a different level.
That's the hard thing. And when you talked about having the opportunity to go down to Bakersfield and look in the emails and listen to the phone calls and stuff, it was kind of overwhelming. This is my first year doing this by myself and everything else, and to be asked to join in at the same time and have all three of us down there.
It's gonna be cool.
Man, it's gonna be awesome. But
to get a call,
I feel overjoyed to know that I'm quote good enough.
Well, here's the thing, and that's the thing. What you're saying is true. I mean, it kind of without popping off, it kind of establishes us as the kind of a real deal. But to get that call from Schweitzer and those guys to say, hey, we want you to come down and do the show. That's it's an honor.
Right, absolutely.
I'm glad to have it. So we got him on the line.
So hey, is this Matthew Drager calling in at the Moxie or Crocker's Car call-in line?
How's it going, gentlemen?
Not too bad. How
up,
you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Just out here in the shop getting ready for a long weekend of racing.
You're in the shop getting that race car ready, and your crew chief's over here on the radio with us.
Yeah, imagine that.
He is. I've been standing here looking at a caster camber gauge for about an hour and a half, and I don't know what's he doing. Talking?
Are you? Here's what
come on now.
Here's what I want to know.
I'm talking about you don't know how to use the caster camber gauge.
I'm going to put Joel on the spot. Does Matthew even know what a caster camber gauge does?
He's an engineer. He'd probably designed the thing.
I don't believe
Listen,
it.
it's going to take him.
Believe
It's
it.
going to take him 12 hours to wonder about how to open the box, and then once you take the thing out of the
here's
box,
the proper
But he's
order.
staring at it, so he's already opened the box, Josh. Come on now.
No, well, yeah.
Right, Matthew, is the caster camber gauge on the car?
It is. It is. It's been on both sides already.
Both sides.
Both sides.
Wait.
We've
have
got progress.
Have you turned the wheels to the left and to the right?
Yes, actually multiple times.
Are they-
We're good. We're on a roll tonight.
Do the numbers look good?
Are they good?
I think so. We're doing a little R&D this week. We got lots of racing, so plenty of time to try stuff.
Well, you still you say you got lots of
We're gonna
racing.
we're gonna throw the book at it, see if we can't learn a couple things. Got a few weeks left to try stuff, so
Just
wanna take
please
advantage of all the stuff
don't
we got
dent the
left.
body. Please. When you throw the book at it, don't dent the body.
So you've been listening to the show all night, right?
Actually, I haven't. I don't have good enough reception here in the shop.
So you haven't-
I'm clueless tonight.
So you haven't heard the
Well,
smack talk we've been talking about.
We were just informed moments ago that you and Joel have been making your way down to Bakersfield.
Whoa,
October
whoa,
8th
whoa,
and
whoa,
9th.
whoa, whoa.
That was true. That Sarah is actually going to make it down to Bakersfield one last time, and then she
Going home with a new owner.
She might go home with someone else.
Yeah, I'd like to say she's going to Bakersfield, but I don't think it's in the cards this year. As you guys have already talked about, I think with Joel, we've got a new car on the way, or a new chassis. So we're going to finish out the year. We're excited about the new car, but obviously have sponsorship commitment, so we're going to finish out the year, try to get a few more good, strong runs with this car, and then as soon as the season ends here in the Northwest, it's got a new home, most likely. It appears right now, and we'll start putting together a new car and get ready for 2017.
Is the car staying in Oregon?
It is.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Can you give us a hint on who might be purchasing this Sarah Mobile?
A driver.
Shut up, Joel.
Do races on dirt. That's all I can say right now.
Oh.
When they choose to make it public, that's their call.
So next question is that this new GRT that's coming to Matthew Drager.
Did he say it was a GRT?
He did.
Hold on. If it's not a GRT, we're not talking to Matthew Drager. Joel has been drinking soda pop, Matt. So he's a little crazy. Is this new car gonna be ready in time for the Bud Nationals?
For what?
Is it gonna be ready for the Bud Nationals?
It can be.
I highly doubt it.
I think it
We
can
got to
be.
do some body jobs this winter to pay for this new car. So I'd like to say yes. I've had that race on my radar for a couple of years now, and things just haven't worked out. I don't plan on redoing another new car next year, so hopefully we can get it in the cards for 2017.
So Joel, what is it gonna take? When does this car show up? When does this new car show up?
What about 3
It
weeks?
should show up mid-September.
Okay, so mid-September. So you got 3 weeks.
That gives you 3 weeks. You can do it.
You have 3 weeks. Okay. If
Look
you,
at Joel's
if
going.
you
I
need,
can do it.
If
I
you
can do
need
it.
help, I'm sure there's people out there.
Joel, he'll go over and help.
Yeah, Joel will help. He can actually do the
Thanks,
radio
guys.
show from there.
Full of sponsors, and we can make it happen.
What do you need, about 5? 5 sponsors?
I don't know. You just, you get into it. We got to check all the spindles and all the front steering parts.
Well-
I really don't want to go in and put a new car together and end up having
So-
a bent idler arm or something tripping us up the whole time with it. So we're probably going to take our time, be methodical. They're only new ones. Might as well make sure they're right from the beginning so we aren't fighting something stupid.
So what about Vegas?
Yeah.
Man, that's an awful dangerous place to take a new car.
Where?
Let me ask you a question. I just found out you're getting this new car. I want why? The car you're in is so fast. You're so comfortable. It's working so good. Is GRT doing something new with these new cars that you're seeing something you like? Why the change? Why get rid of something that's working so well?
Honestly, we really don't have a reason to get rid of what's working, other than the fact that it's still in great shape, and I have the opportunity to still get a reasonable value for it. So between that and the fact that my parents obviously are dealers, it's nice to have a newer car around for people to take a look at.
Sure, I get that.
No big changes, but you always want to have the nicest piece you can around. I've been fortunate to have some great sponsors, and the body work's already been coming in the last month here. I've done 2 cars, and I know I'm going to have quite a few more this winter. So kind of cars just fell into place to be able to do a new one. We changed to the crate motor last year by working hard in the off season. We're going to do a new chassis this year, and then hopefully we can calm down for a couple of years and have some fun with what we got.
You guys have sold a ton of those GRT cars. In the last year, how many cars did you guys sell?
In the last year, I think we've done 7 or 8. Since 2013, which is when my car came out, we've done 15 cars now, I believe.
That's pretty good.
That's
pretty
has
good.
that been all Northwest guys?
What was that?
No, I think a couple went down to California.
Yeah,
right?
a couple went to Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think we've probably had 3 or 4 of them go to California. We've had one go to Washington just across the border, and then several here in the valley. Things are rolling right now. Obviously, it's nice to be getting cars out there. It does nothing but help our brand because we're getting great feedback from all our drivers. And, at Willamette, we've got so many guys that race together weekly that it just continues to improve the program. Then we've got guys like Mark Carroll out of Redmond and Nick Trenchard down out of K Falls. And, we get to talk with those guys. We'll pick each other's brains on stuff. And even if they're not a car that we brought to the Northwest, it still helps the program. So it's one reason you see so many of these cars up front every week.
with these GRTs and everything else, I know the Shaw they're very picky when it comes to like J bars, and they're picky on their pull bars. What type of bar does a GRT like? I mean, is that something that you can actually reveal, or is that kind of like a trade secret? I'm kind of looking at Joel and stuff because he would kind of be the person to talk a little bit more of that. But as a driver, do you have a preference?
Honestly, we've got guys with all kinds of stuff making it fast. It's really about driver feel. When it comes to like pull bars, like you talk about, we got guys on the Dandy bar. We got guys on the biscuit bars, spring bars. Same with bird cages. Someone asked, do I need a BSB or do I need a TWM? We've got guys on TWM bird cages, BSB, Integra, Port City stuff. All of that works. It's about having the right points. So that's the great thing about what we got going on right now is we're starting to get connected with both through GRT and on our own with different vendors, and we can get the parts we need with the right geometry from any vendor. So it comes down to driver preference. As long as we got close to the right geometry on it, we can make it go in a circle.
Good deal. So Joel, as a crew chief and stuff for Matthew Drager, what do you see out of a driver and stuff? What type of feedback do you guys get back when it comes to changing some of the stuff from like factory and say, hey, look, the factory stuff isn't what we like because like what Matt's talking about, driver preference. What type of feedback does he give to you and then you take to the car?
Well, the big thing with that is looking at the total package. I mean, you've got four main things to deal with. You've got the car, the chassis itself, your power plant or your motor package, your tire package, and your driver. It's all about that contact patch, keeping that contact patch on the ground. So Matthew drives a car completely differently than Jesse Williamson does, than Dustin Cady does, than John Campos, Jerry Schramm, Colin Weinbarger. They all drive their cars differently. So it really, the nice thing about what Matthew's talking about with the GRTs is you can take any preference, open motor spring bar or open motor brisket bar, open motor, all that different stuff. You can take all those different packages and make these cars work. Someone had a bad, in another car had a bad experience with a TWM bird cage. It's great. Let's throw a Port City at and see what happens. That's the versatility of these cars. And really, with me as crew chief, I sit there, we talk about it. What does he feel? What does he need? What does he want in that car, out of that car, to make that contact patch better?
So when you talk about like an open motor package, like you guys have ran, and it comes to go ahead.
Hey Matt, real quick, are you listening to us on your radio in the shop?
I got music on in the shop. I'm outside though.
Oh, okay. Are you on speaker?
No, I'm not. But let me shut it off, Jeff.
You get the feedback,
yeah. Okay, go ahead.
It's this feedback in his phone.
Sorry about that.
No, it's so when you talk about like an open motor package, okay, and then you're talking about like a 602 or 604 crate motor. When it comes down to motor reaction wise, open motor stuff is going to react differently than of course some of this crate stuff. Is that where like the Dandy bar? Because a lot of people that are running crates, I know some people that are running open motors love the Dandy bar. That's what they're going to is because they react different. They actually build drive into that bar. So when the left rear tucks underneath there, you have that that forward bite off the turns. When you get into like a biscuit bar, getting like an X Factor bar or something like that, some of the crate guys like that. Have you found a difference with all of that package, or is it just basically trial and error?
Well, and that's the thing is, hey Matthew, you still there?
Yep.
What did we do to the pull bar differently when we took the track record motor out?
Tell us. We want to know.
Yeah.
Then put the crate in. What did we do different in that pull bar?
Not a whole lot. All those bars, I mean, they all have their sweet spot. It really comes down to just understanding the point of the pull bar, what you're trying to do to the tire, what kind of track conditions you have, and how your motor responds and how much torque you have, how much torque you can put to the ground. All those bars, if you have a good quality bar, are versatile because they're adjustable, whether it's changing a spring, changing preload, changing the biscuit combination, the biscuit hardness, the number of biscuits. All that stuff is pretty, it's versatile. It's just about knowing what you're trying to do. I hear guys say, I hate this kind of bar and I hate that kind of bar. And more often than not, I think it's lack of time and testing to get it right.
So
they all have their disadvantages. They all have their advantages. but I've seen cars fast on every combination in just about every condition.
Yeah, so that was my question and stuff. Is when you come down to it and you hear somebody that's bought your car and say,